stop it everywhere that you go.
Renee. Good morning, Misty. For those of you who don't know us, my name is Misty, and this is the gorgeous Renee, who was my former student. We're coming to you because over the years, I have found many girls have come to me seeking advice for topics that one would not normally discuss in the classroom, but we really feel they are important and relevant to the young woman going from a older teenager moving into adulthood. Wouldn't you agree, Renee?
Yeah, like I've had my fair share of struggles over the years with things, and I felt, especially growing up in the church, I felt there was no one that I could talk to. Even though I had all these young adult youth leaders around me, I felt I couldn't speak up. And it wasn't until when I got out of my high school era and into my early 20s, I realized I wasn't the only one going through what I was going through. A lot of my friends were going through the same thing.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of what I was struggling with and what I was going through is actually quite common. And I was like, wow, like that's crazy.
Yes. And so therefore, if you went through it and I went through it, we know that there are many women and young girls going through very similar situations, circumstances, and the thought life in their head the way that we went through it.
Yeah.
And we have survived. We are survivors, aren't we?
Yeah.
But more than that, we are thriving in life and want this to be your go-to guide for navigating the Christian girl's life into adulthood.
Yeah.
And so this podcast is going to be discussing lessons from life, love, relationships, how to move, what career to go to, what goes on in the thought in our life, what to pack when traveling, like just pretty much
All the little things.
that make a big difference.
Yeah.
In a girl's world. So we are your new go-to guide. All right. We are in February, and one of the biggest topics women have on their minds and are really seeking advice for would have to be the L word, right? The love. And it is February in our world. Okay. So the hot topic of the day is Valentine's. And we know that people out there are wanting advice, a little know-how, a little what to do for first dates. And also just what is a Christian girl's take on love? Wouldn't you like to know? It's a big question, hey?
And dating in today's society, especially being a Christian, it is so hard.
We are up against a lot of odds in terms of what the world is portraying is okay, what Christians are saying are okay, what the church is saying is okay and what's not okay. And that's where I know for myself, the path to where I am today has not been easy, but I am 100% happy within myself.
Yeah, that's good.
And I want to help other women get to that stage a lot quicker than it took me.
Yeah.
And I know it's the same for you.
Yeah, like if I could go back to my 15, 16-year-old self, there is so much that I would tell her.
Okay, all right. So let's talk first dates because it's Valentine's. Can you tell me what would be the best way for a guy to ask out a Christian girl for a first date?
For me, just come straight up and ask me.
Yeah.
Be confident. Do not, for the love of all good things, ask me over message. I will say no. So I'm like, just come up and ask me. Just go, Renee, will you go out with me? Or, you know.
Cut to the chase.
Pretty much, yeah.
So you're not.
If you like me, tell me.
Okay. All right. I do. I like that. But do you know what? I think deep down, I'm a bit of a romantic at heart. Okay. Which is a surprise for a lot of people who do know me.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm the same. Like, it's nice to be asked in a romantic way, but it's just ask me in person.
Oh, yes.
That's literally what I was getting at. It's just ask me, just straight up come and ask me.
Because you know what? if this is the person you end up being with for life, that you end up walking down the aisle with, you want to go look back on your memory of that moment when they ask you out and be like, oh my gosh, it gives me butterflies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you got to think about this. If you go down the road of having children, they are going to ask you, so how did you do it?
How did you meet? How did it happen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was your first date like?
Yeah.
Was it a first date? Did you know it was a first date? Oh my gosh, Renee, like there are so many questions.
Yeah.
So much we got to talk about.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Getting your friends to ask out the person for you.
Oh, see, there are some really cool teen movies I remember where in class the best friend like passing notes.
Yeah.
to the crush, etc. But I don't know. Well,
because I feel like there's a difference between seeking out information
true
with your friends. Like you could be like, oh, can you suss out if they like me or not? And then if they do, it's like, okay, then get the person to come ask.
At first, when you asked me that, in my mind, I was like, no. But in saying that, girlfriends want to be involved in the love story too.
Yes. Do you know how many times I go back to the group chat? And I'll be like, okay, girls, I got it for you. Rolling with homie. I got it for you.
Exactly right. And it elongates the whole experience. Whereas if it's over and done with in one moment, what have you got to look forward to later on? So do you know what? Discussing this has helped change my mind.
Yeah. Okay. There are times where I will go to my girls and be like, can you help suss him out?
Mm-hmm.
Because the guy will probably tell your friends things that he won't tell you. And I've been in that experience before. I've liked a guy who we have mutual friends, and I've gone to her and said, oh, what has he said to you about this situation? And she'd be like, okay, this is what he told me. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting, because he's told me different.
And there is nothing like another girl's perspective on it.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Really, at the end of the day, it depends on what season you're in. If you're got some nice girlfriends and they're not going to go and dibba-dob into another girl group, let's be honest, it does happen.
Yeah.
But let them be involved in your story because that's special too.
And going back to if this is the person that you're going to be walking down the aisle to, you want to be thinking about who's going to be by your side on that day as well.
Ooh, yes. And what stories they're going to be telling others.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good perspective. I like that.
I worry about my friends.
Oh, I'll be there. You got to
reiterate. I worry about my friends.
Yes, you know what to worry about, girl. Oh my gosh, we go way back.
So I remember when I taught her back in primary school. So we'll take the mic straight off your mouth. Okay, that's enough. No.
All right. Next question. Where to go? First date.
Where to go?
What to do? What is a Christian girl and guy to do on their first date? Oh, and we've got to actually, let's tell our audience, what ages are we talking about? Because it's different for me now to what I'm talking to back in high school or early adults.
Because when you're in high school, you're very limited. You got things like curfews, whether you got your license or not, things like your parents picking you up or, if you're the one driving.
Yes, very true. Okay, well, let's just brainstorm some really cute ideas. Because we got to give our viewers...
I think you should say that I actually have a list.
Oh my gosh, you do?
I do have a list. So... I
don't know that.
I am a person who I'm like, okay, guys, if you're the one asking the girl out, put some effort. Got date. You don't have to put in the whole night.
Yeah.
But there is nothing more awkward than rocking up to a date and then the person's like, okay, what do you want to do? And honestly, like the more I started thinking about this, and I was talking to a few people about this as well, and getting some ideas, especially while being somewhere like Rockhampton where we are. Yeah, there is actually quite a lot to do if you really think about it. You have arcade games. We have places like Time Zone.
We are so cute. There's like 90 girls to cute.
Yes. I love doing arcade games. I think they're so much fun. So you have, we have the bowling alley, which have opened up this new whole arcade section.
Ooh, okay.
I'm guessing you haven't seen it yet.
No, I haven't.
It's really, really cool. I thought of paintball.
Oh my gosh, paintball. Yes.
You can find out how competitive someone is. Laser tag, laser skirmish, mini golf, got picnic by the park or by the beach.
Oh, yeah.
There's the croc farm.
That's different.
But I was like, that's really unique.
It is.
As well. Kubri Park.
Okay, cool.
Which is very interactive. You know, there's things to...
For those of people who don't know, Chivalry Park is like a open wildlife zoo. You can, in our local area,
you can hold a snake if that's your thing. You can cuddle a koala. I got hiking or bike riding. If you're going out with an adventurous kind of outdoorsy person, there's Mount Archer.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, you've got the lookout, which is nice to, like, stroll and talk. Let's picnic there. And there's the art gallery.
The art gallery?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, how many movies have we seen? Those beautiful... You've just reminded me of, what is it? The Fault
in Our Stars? Yes, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Ooh. Pottery classes.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
Even for a guy, it could be so much fun.
Because then you can see his creativity as well
and how they deal with problem solving.
Patience as well could be a good one, especially with pottery.
Yeah.
Things like a paint and sip, depending on where you are. Local events like festivals, concerts. There's the caves.
Oh, we do. We have really great facilities.
I've never actually been to the caves.
Well, if you want to get on Renee's good books, you know where to take her.
So there's actually heaps to do around Rocky Point.
And there would be in your locality as well. It comes down to putting in effort and then having a think about what type of person they are. Because every single person is unique.
Yeah.
And they are going to have individual likes. Some girls still might like that fine dining restaurant experience, but it doesn't have to be that.
Yeah. I think they're like, it's important to know what sort of person that you're going out with as well. Like if they are a very adventurous and outdoorsy person, try and incorporate that into your first date, because that's going to leave a really, really strong impression on.
And that's the thing. You want to create lasting moments in their mind that they're going to take with them for the rest of their life. Even if it doesn't work out, like, it's to be lived.
Yeah. At least they have that experience.
Okay,
I had a question for you.
I don't like the look of your face right now. Okay, what is it?
Movies for a first date.
Oh my gosh. So I have some boundaries, and it does depend on your age.
Yeah.
With movies, there is the temptation not to watch the movie and let your hands wander, because let's be real and be human about it. When a guy and a girl gets together, there are chemicals flying around like no end. There's heat and attraction, especially if this is your very first physical connection together without any other adults present or other people. And so you need to go into this date knowing what your boundaries are. And also, if a guy asks you to the movies and you're not okay with that, it's okay to say no. But in saying that, you can have a beautiful first date and then you have that very special moment. He reaches over and holds your hand. Like, that's beautiful.
Oh, the hand in the popcorn thing?
Oh my God. I doesn't want that. Seriously.
Can I be totally honest though?
Tell me.
Don't take me to a movie for a first, because in my head, especially if you don't know the person very well, you're sitting there for an hour and a half to 2 hours and not talking. First date, I'm like, take me, or let's do something where we can talk and actually get to know each other. Yeah. Maybe for like a second or a third, maybe even a fourth date. Let's do a movie.
First, okay, so we have a no for movies, first date. And I'm actually going to back you on that.
I think like if you do dinner as well, whether it be before or after the movie, that's a little bit different, because you do have that time to kind of talk. But if it's straight up just a movie, I feel like it's really hard to get to know someone when you're sitting down watching something for 2 hours.
And also, this is a good point, right? When you're not talking, this is talking.
Yes.
You're sitting there thinking, what's he going to do? Is he going to make a move?
Yeah.
Should I be concentrating on the movie? Should I be concentrating on me? Is my outfit okay?
Yeah.
Do I have anything in my teeth?
Yes.
Does my makeup look okay? Oh,
Does my breath smell?
exactly right. Your head is filled with ongoing thoughts that are just going berserk and crazy.
I feel like on a first date, I don't want to be thinking too much. I just want to enjoy it. I don't want a million questions going through my head going, what do I do? Is this going well? Is he getting bored?
And you know what? Even just going for dinner on your first date, sometimes it's kind of similar to that. You almost feel like you're being interrogated.
Yeah.
And like, am I going to say the right things? Am I not going to say the right things?
Yes. I feel like that kind of ties into our next point, which is do's and don'ts on a first date.
Ooh, okay, let's do it.
So we'll start off with the do's.
Renee.
For me, 100% eye contact.
Ooh. Yep.
Yeah. Like if you're in a conversation with them, eye contact, be present.
Mm-hmm.
I did have these points written down.
Okay. Let's hit the books. Our very, very important text. Okay.
This should be a given. But shower.
Why are you even saying that? Do you have an experience with someone who did not shower?
No, it's not the fact that they didn't, but they did have a strong odor. But not just guys.
No, you're right.
Even girl, and not just for a date, like in general, if you're going out with someone, whether it be friends,
thank you.
I feel like
we're going
girls, perfume, guys, deodorant, cologne, if that's your thing. But by all means, shower, use soap, brush your teeth, all that sort of stuff.
It matters.
It really does. Plan the outfit.
Where's my white collarless shirt from Fred Siegel?
Even for a guy, plan your outfit and make sure it's ironed, it's nice. Again, depending on what you're doing and where you're going.
That's right.
Guys, if you're planning something physical and like where you're going to get dirty, you're going to get sweaty, tell the girl what you're doing. Not that I've had that experience, but I feel like if you don't tell the girl what you're doing, she's not going to know what to wear. Because, like, you don't want to be going on a bike ride in a skirt or a dress. But the thing is, you don't want to be, you don't want to be going to, not that we said movies, but you don't want to be going out to dinner or something in shorts and a t-shirt.
Overalls.
I have no comment.
I know. They didn't tell me, okay? They didn't. Do you understand? Oh, God. Sorry. Oh, my goodness.
Do you prefer fashion victim or ensemble challenge?
But let's not go that. Moral of the story is,
I feel like you don't need to tell them necessarily exactly what you're doing. No.
Surprise is,
yes, I like being surprised. But at the same time, be like, okay, dress for this, or like dress comfortably, or like wear running shoes or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
You need to be prepared. Because that way you know you're going to have like, you'll be like, okay, now I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Very intrigued.
Yeah.
And it does. Curiosity.
Yeah. Kill scout.
It does. I love it. Oh, man. We got it.
Don'ts for a first date.
There are some.
I have a really, really big one. Is it gum? No, but that's in there.
Don't chew gum. Okay?
Look, I'm not going to lie. I'm a gum chewer. However, I do it in the car.
Yes.
If you're a gum chewer, like especially if you're a minty gum chewer, spit it out before the date. There is nothing more, not necessarily awkward, but also I find really
distracting.
Yes, because no one wants to hear.
Oh, yeah. I know. It's not a thing for me either. And I'm always wondering what they're going to do.
And I feel like it's real.
Oh, no. I'm mean, like,
As in spit it out of
where are they going to spin it? What moment are they going to choose to get rid of it? It's just.
I totally paused.
How do you know if it's day?
Oh, well, I guess that.
First of all, did he actually ask you?
Oh, and what were his words?
Yes. Girls, let me say there is a big difference between the words go out and hang out.
You have a story. I have
No. Okay, I don't have a story. I can tell you do.
Yes, I do. Oh, but anyway, there is, and that's what I'm agreeing with you. There is such a big difference between do you want to hang? Because that's very casual. Like,
Yeah. In a guy's head, that could still mean a date, but like you said, very, very casual. That can be, a group of us are going to the
accidentally think it was a date, and I turned up. And it was not. It was just a group of youth hanging out, and I thought it was a date. I was so embarrassed the whole night because I didn't know how to act. This was when I was about 17, 18. So it is good to get some clarification beforehand. But granted, there's not always the opportunity to clarify.
What would your opinion be on actually clarifying that with the guy? So if I was to get asked out,
Yes.
but I didn't know whether it was actually a date or not, and I came to you,
Okay. First of all, I would be like,
would you suggest that I go and actually ask him, hey, just clarifying, is this the date, or are we just kind of hanging out?
I wouldn't. You wouldn't hang out? I would rock up anyway.
Okay.
Because if I was interested in the guy or if I thought that he was somebody I would like to get to know, and I would play casual.
Okay.
And that way then,
Bit of mystery.
exactly right. Who doesn't like a little bit of intrigue?
Right.
And I would play it safe because they may not want to give you the hint that they're interested yet either. And they just want to get to know you a little bit further. And it comes down to reading the room when you get there. So when you turn up or when you rock up.
Well, I was going to say the aftermath kind of plays into that as well. You know, did he put in effort? Where did he take you? What did you do? All that sort of stuff.
Yes,
Was there other people around?
that's exactly right. So that will tell you afterwards. But if we go back to the question and which was, how do we know if it's a date?
Yeah.
If he's actually said, do we want to go to this place?
Yeah.
I feel like if there's been some level of preparation and said, we're going to meet here at this time, I'm going to pick you up. If I'm going to pick you up, that's a given.
Yeah.
Is asking you out, not that I would ever, I personally at my age now,
Yeah.
I
See, I still like to be picked up.
and for somebody in your age bracket, yes, definitely.
Mhm.
For me, I don't want to let a guy know where I'm living for a whole host of different
Yes.
Whereas for somebody like yourself who is in a different season, I think it's beautiful and very respectful if a guy is offering to pick you up. But if he's picking you up, it's a given. He's into
Yeah,
you.
I agree.
He wants to know a little bit about you.
So I have some interesting questions for a first date.
Mhm.
Flowers, yes or no? So if a guy brings you flowers on a first date, yes or no?
It's sweet.
All people can be so sweet.
I feel like for me, it's not a necessity, it's a bonus.
Yes.
Like to earn some brownie points. I think it's really sweet.
And thoughtful, and it shows an interest,
Yes.
and it does make a girl feel special.
Double bonus if he knows your favorite.
Yeah, if he's gone to some trouble with us, one of your friends, or
Yeah.
ask your parents, or
Yeah, for
they've
sure.
done a little bit of groundwork, shows initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give him points for that. Okay.
Meet and greet the parents on a first date.
Oh my gosh, for me, no.
As if.
But thinking back, when I was younger,
For me, I guess it's probably a little bit different because I'm still at home living with my parents.
Mhm.
I actually think it's nice. Especially if he's going to pick me up, you come inside, you meet my parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't just wait at the door or wait in the car. Come, introduce yourself, get to know them a little bit. They can kind of get a bit of a vibe of the person who's taking out their daughter, especially if they don't know him. As a teenager as well, it's probably more important because that'll show your parents that the guy does have good intentions. You know, he is respectful of you and your family.
And he's not just being a faceless person who can get away with it.
Yeah.
It's for your safety. It's for good safety. Definitely.
So we've already discussed pickup.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So for you, it's a no.
No, yeah.
For me, I think it's nice to be picked up.
And again, once upon a time, I would have said yes.
Yeah.
Now it's a hard no.
Passenger princess.
Everywhere you go has
Love that. Driver. I like to drive in style.
everywhere you go has valet.
Okay, well, here's another one. What if he gets someone to chauffeur? So not just like, obviously, a limo or something, but if he gets like, right.
No way!
As if.
No, that's a hard no. Okay. All right, for yourself.
That's true.
You know, it's so awkward.
Because I've seen a lot of like movies and TV shows where, you know, like if it's some fancy rich guy, they'll pick the girl up in a limo.
It's still hard no. No way. Because you know what? No matter how good that limo driver is, he's still there thinking about what you're saying.
Him paying, yes or no?
Oh.
I feel like it would have to depend on the person.
It does. And I'm not going to lie, if a guy does pay, it shows that A, they can provide, B,
Facts.
they can take the lead.
Facts.
And I have no qualms in just going up there and paying.
Yeah.
All right. But if I was looking for a life partner and they weren't in a position to pay for me,
Yeah.
straight away,
Ta-ta.
no, bye-bye. Come back when you can.
That was way harsh, Ty.
And
What about a teen date though? Like a teen relationship? If you're
if you're in a teen, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But I still feel like the guy should pay in a teen relationship because
bonus if he's got a part-time job.
yeah, absolutely. In a teen relationship, in fact, that's where I would be looking for it.
Yeah.
If I was a teenager and I was serious about a guy, or like late teens, I'm talking about, and I was serious about a guy, he would still need to pay for me.
I think it's nice that, you know, the guy
I do.
does pay, you know.
Because that he is setting the intention for what he's going to do in the future.
Yeah.
And if he cannot pay for you now, he's not going to pay for you later.
Yeah. And if you're ever in a situation where you're unable to pay for yourself and he does the whole, oh, you know, I got it, let me pay. I think that is admirable and so nice.
I feel like it's needed.
Yeah.
I really do. Actually, for me, I almost will just say he does need to pay.
Yeah.
The guy does need to show that he's able to provide.
Yeah.
Because we have to be good stewards of what God has given to us.
Yeah. What if you're a type of girl who insists on paying though, even if they have that cute little argument? I think the cute little argument, like I said, it's cute. You know, you bring out your card or your cash and he's like, no, I got this. So yeah, he's like, oh, no.
I like that moment.
I agree.
Because I like knowing that I can do that. But, oh my goodness, it is a little bit hard.
Yeah.
Because,
especially if you're a very independent person.
yes.
And if you're I'm going to use it. If you're a stubborn person. If you're a strong little person who's like, I'm going to pay. Because I do know some girls can be like that.
Absolutely they can. And I have been known to do that. However, I reflect on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if a man wants to lead, he needs to.
Yeah.
In this day and age, they get cut down for taking the lead. And I do not want to disempower them anymore.
So what are your thoughts on it if a girl offers to pay and the guy says yes?
If a guy lets a girl pay, I don't always like it.
Okay.
I don't.
I think for a first date.
No. If it's actually a date. Like, if it's not a date, and you're just hanging out as friends.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
It's different, yeah.
But if you are intentionally pursuing a woman,
Romantically, yes.
yeah, romantically, and you have the intention of being in a relationship someday with someone, and you let the woman pay, you're not ready. You're not ready. You need to be able to provide for a family.
Yeah, I agree. Because as men, you are supposed to be the providers, the protectors.
Daddy, some people lost all their.
Next question. Hit me with it.
Foods to avoid on a first date.
Hamburgers.
I feel like there's a story that. And judging by your reaction, I'm guessing there is a story.
A story. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
So I feel like hamburgers would come under, for me, anything grease.
Well, not only that, just like it is messy. Yeah, it's going to go everywhere, and I'm not the cleanest eater at the best of times.
That's okay. Neither am I.
How am I going to perform on a date with a hamburger? So, okay, out goes the hamburgers. Out goes carbonara because trying to loop it around without flinging it everywhere.
Do you feel like that's just any kind of pasta or spaghetti?
Or a pasta that is brilliant on a date is ravioli.
Oh, I love ravioli.
It's so easy to eat. You just cut it in half, and then delicately put it into your mouth, and oh my goodness, you look sophisticated.
So you wouldn't do the whole spaghetti and meatballs, Lady and the Tramp sort of situation?
Scientifically, for that to occur, it's like all of the cosmos would have to come together for that to happen.
I think it's more cute for a dog.
Yeah, it is very cute.
For me, anything that's splat.
Tomatoes.
We don't talk about it. So a little short story. Corinne and I were out to dinner the other night, and I had baked cherry tomatoes. I went to go and cut it, and it splattered everywhere.
So that made the list.
Yes, it did.
Tomatoes. Or garlic.
Yes, garlic and onions. Things that make your breath smell
To the
strong and bad.
but no go on a first date.
No, not for a first date.
No, just a no.
Spicy foods.
Unless you want a very awkward trip to the toilet.
Well, I suppose that depends on how well you handle spicy food.
I love spicy foods. They're not a problem for me. But, you know, if they're particularly spicy, it definitely warrant a trip to the toilet. So I would probably just avoid that.
I would avoid, yeah. Be safe, order a salad.
But then again, salads sometimes are hard to eat.
That's true, yeah.
You know,
Why do they pack so much lettuce?
I know, right?
It has more of the other stuff.
Who even likes lettuce?
Exactly. I don't mind it with something else.
Yeah, with something. I love a good Caesar salad. But
yeah, I do too. But they always pack on so much lettuce.
And then the guy's sitting there thinking, is she really? Is
She's that girl. She's going to order a salad
at a steakhouse?
That's...
And you know what? I have heard through the grapevine that guys do dig girls who like steak.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know. It's a
Guys like a girl with a hefty appetite. But things that can make you gassy. Ooh, that's a really good one.
apples. Not that you would have apples on a date, but
I mean, like, so if you're on a picnic kind of date, you know, you might have apples.
I won't. Because
I'm guessing there's a story.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Things that get stuck in your teeth.
Ooh, like what?
Spinach. I know spinach can get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah, let's not go with spinach.
Corn. Do you know how many times I love a good corn on the cob?
Let's not do corn on a first date. Can you imagine?
Anyway.
It's just like, I'm sorry, but yeah. All right, Renee. I have a question for you. Very important first date material.
Okay.
What's in your bag? Mm.
That's a good question. What do you bring on a first date?
Mm-hmm. And what not bring too?
How big is the bag?
Well, it depends on what you're wearing and
where you're going, what you're doing.
Yeah, but what are the essentials? Like, regardless of where you're going, what you're what do you have to take? Non-negotiables, regardless.
Okay. I know we said not to be on it, but I feel like you do need to bring your phone.
Oh, well, safety. Yeah.
Obviously, wallet, carry some money with you, license if you've got it, if you need it.
Yes.
Things like that.
What about other things? Would you have other things in your bag?
Well, I'd like to carry lip gloss.
Yeah. Number one, women's essential. That's what I was looking for. I'm like, for me, lipstick, lip gloss,
Even like a lip balm.
Yeah.
Like something just to
moisturize. Yes, it is very important. But for me, it will always be color. I like to have a little bit of color to brighten my palette. And perfume.
Oh, I never thought of perfume.
What?
But I guess, yeah.
Like,
I mean, you can get those like little travel sizes.
that's what they are.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Perfume, mints. We talked about those.
Yes.
Okay. Hanky or tissues.
Ooh.
Toothpick.
Oh my God. No. Because we're avoiding foods that get stuck in your teeth.
Well, but the thing is, you don't know if there is something that accidentally gets stuck in your teeth.
Yes, that's true. I never thought of that, actually. Toothpick. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's mine. Okay. There you go. I'm learning stuff here too.
Yes.
Along with tissues and whatnot, what about wipes?
I was just about to say, carry wipes. They're, for me, a necessity. If you're eating something and you get a bit of...
Yeah.
If you're wanting to hold hands later on, I don't want to be holding my hand.
I carry wipes to go to a public bathroom.
Yeah, wipes in my bag are just an essential. All right. This is very typical. Question. Is there such thing as having a relationship just to fill a void? As in, do some people really just need someone to be there with them rather than living a single life? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it is. Some people can possibly have a void that they are trying to fill in with a part, depending on how they grew up, their background, what kind of relationships they've got with their family, or if they're in a friends group that pretty much couples everywhere, they might feel like they're missing out. And so then they go and chase after it. I definitely know people who jump into relationships just for the sake of being in them.
How would you know if that were you? I think a big indicator would be like, how long have they or have I spent single? In particular,
Yeah, so like how fast they move on to the next person.
yeah. If we're just going from one relationship to the next and not having time to grieve, having time to move through different emotions and then heal, and then before moving into another one, then clearly there's something there that needs to be worked on.
Within that time in between, you need time to grow and to mature and enjoy being single as well. You know, going back to, I can do what I want. I can see who I want. I can go where I want.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, literally. Yeah. But it's also to reflect back on the past relationship, thinking, okay, what worked, what didn't work, why didn't it work? Is there a common denominator here?
Generally, it will be
You.
You guys talk like grown-ups.
100%.
You know, really start analyzing yourself and then try and work on that. So then when your next relationship does come, it's not going to be the same cycle. And being aware of your past mistakes as well. But not only being aware of them, learning from them. Because you can be aware of them, but not learn from them. And that's where the growth and maturity come in, is when you start learning from them.
Now, there's something else that I was going to say that I did think about. Types. Is there such thing as having a type?
I feel like I have a type.
Yeah. Do we dare ask?
I love a tall guy. So if I can wear my tallest pair of heels around him, it'd still be shorter. That's a good indicator.
That would do it for me too. Like, you know, if I was looking, I would definitely want someone taller.
Someone who's got dark hair. I'm a sucker for blue eyes.
Yeah.
Notorious sucker.
Oh man, you're describing me.
Yeah, let's yeah. And you don't have a podcast.
That's right, Renee.
As someone who is very witty.
Okay.
So initially someone like my dad. My dad's not the tallest person ever.
Yes.
But personality-wise, I've always said I'd love to date someone like my dad.
That's so beautiful. And do you know what though? Subconsciously, there will be two ways that you can go. It's generally dating someone like your dad or completely the opposite. Those are the two pathways that most women subconsciously go down without realizing it, unless they are aware. And which is good that you are. So do you think you'd ever break your tie?
It's definitely changed since I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But in future, I don't know. That's hard to say.
If you asked me that, I thought I did. But as I've grown and matured and worked out who I am in Christ, I have come to the realization that I have a type of person that I am likely to be attracted to. But that's not to say it will be the type of person that I would end up being with. So I am open to the fact that if God has somebody for me, that will be the time. But yes, I do think that each person is uniquely more attracted to a particular type of person based on our personality traits. And generally that person will be a little bit opposite to us because we admire the things in them that we don't have. But yes, definitely.
I love a good banter.
Yeah.
I love a good friendly banter. Because I grew up with having friendly banter, especially with my dad. My dad's, anyone who knows my dad, he's so big on banter.
The best. Seriously.
And because I grew up with that, I tend to look for that in a guy as well. Like if we can have a bit of a laugh, have a bit of a joke, not take things too seriously with each other. I love, love, love.
That's really cute.
Is it okay to have standards and expectations for a relationship?
Absolutely.
And a partner?
Absolutely. But you do have to be led by the Holy Spirit because there are definitely times that you can have some level of compromise, not compromising on your personal faith and your integrity and character, but it's okay for some things to change slightly.
Because I was told that I had very high expectations for a relationship.
No,
and I had very high standards.
Renee, this is where I actually want to be a mythbuster. And I want to tell you that no. Because if you have your sights set on something in terms of a good Christian relationship, and you know that right now none of the people within your sphere are fitting that, I believe God is going to honor that within time. I do not believe God will place that desire deep on the inside of you not to provide it for you.
One of the best pieces of advice I got from a lady in our church, she said, write a list. Write a list of everything you want in your future partner. Can be characteristics, physical traits, just like down the eye color if it has to be. And then she's like, and really, really pray on it. And I was like, yeah, that's a really, really good thing. She told me she wanted 2 things from a guy, and that's exactly what she wanted.
Renee, one thing I had truly learned is that words have power, and you create your own reality out your words, especially when they are mixed with faith and prayer.
Yeah.
You have a concoction of creating that.
Yeah.
You're going to create that. If you believe in your heart and speak it with your mouth, then you will create that.
Yeah.
In life.
Well, that's exactly what I did. So I went home, I got my diary, because I keep a diary. I wrote in the very back of it everything that I was looking for in a future partner. And I started praying on it. I'll put my hand on it and I'll go, God, I give this to you. I mightn't get everything on this list, but there are a few things on there that are non-negotiable.
And it's important to establish what those are.
Yeah. And I even remember talking to one of my friends who had something very similar, and her and I were kind of comparing notes, and there was a lot of points that she had that I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. And there was a few that I had that she was like, oh, I didn't think of that either. And so reevaluating and updating our lists, we were like, this is so good. Because she was like, I did one 3 years ago, but she's like, but some things really care for or want anymore. So she's like, I want to redo this list. And I was like, let's do it together.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Encourage ourselves in the Lord. So essentially, that's the reason why we are creating this podcast.
Yeah.
Is to encourage other young Christian women who are trying to navigate their own way through their life, not realizing that we are all going through a lot of the same issues and we do need to be able to know it's normal to have questions.
Yeah.
It's normal to wonder how other people are dealing with the same type of difficulties. But one thing is for sure is that you're not alone in this journey.
It's okay to speak up about things that you're going through.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you can't.
No, because when you bring light to them, Satan has no power over them anymore.
Yeah.
That is the reason why we are going to confront some really big issues.
Yeah.
So yes, we are just starting out, but watch this space because we've got a lot of content and development for you.
I am so excited for where this podcast is going to take us.
I know.
And some of the things and the subjects that we're going to unpack.
Absolutely, because women need to know, young women need to know that it's okay to have these thoughts.
Yeah. And it's okay to be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So we're creating that space. We want to know what you would like to hear from us as well. We have got a list as long as Santa's, literally, and which we're going to be moving through. I believe that's everything for today's session. But remember your homework. Message us and let us know what you want to know more about. And let's get real on our next episode. Bye.